Should you scout for Mix Lucas and Torterra? Are they any good? Well, guys, before we continue, ask yourself this question. Do you have any of the past Mix Scout units? That's Mix Red, Mix Blue, Mix Leaf. If yes, then you probably have spent money in this game and you could probably scout for Mix Lucas. But if not, well, guys, I am sorry to inform you guys that this sync pair involves paid money, real money. And if you are willing to spend money on this game, then by all means, you're free to scout for Mix Lucas. If not, then you should probably just skip on this unit because you will not get this unit without using real money for this one. Now, this sync pair is the very fourth Mix Scout unit of the game, and this is a field and sprint combo. Now we have three other three other sync pairs with this combination, and those are whatchamacallit now, I forgot. Greta, you have your Clavel, and you also have a free-to-play sync pair, Anniversary Lily with Sol Galeo, and this is the fourth one. This, as opposed to Dawn and Torterra, is a ground type sync pair. And we're gonna see if he is as good as the other Mix Scouts that we have, because the other Mix Scouts are quite good. They can do a lot of stuff. But the last few Mix Scouts were always field units with an EX role of Strike. This is also a field unit with an EX role of Sprint. The difference is that now you cannot hit every single opponent when you use your sync move. But he does have a couple of he does have an AoE attack where you can hit all opponents by using that AoE attack. But let's take a look at his stats right now. As you can see over here, his attack stat is at 472. That's not too bad. Defense-wise, it's average. Speed stat, pretty low. But as you can see over here, above my head, you have a passive skill, Ground Zone Hit. Free move next 9. When there is ground zone and when you attack an opponent, you will have a free move next. That means you do not even have to worry about your move gauge requirement. You just keep attacking the opponent, and then as long as there's ground zone, which as a field sync pair, you can bring in ground zone by using your sync move, and that's going to be extended. You also have 2 uses of ground wish to bring in ground zone. So a lot of ground zones for you to use, and probably not limited, because also for the last several Mix Scout units, you're only limited to your buddy move when there is a grassy terrain for Mix Red, Sunny Day for Mix Leaf, and wait, which one is the one with Blastoise? I forgot if it's I think it's Mix Leaf with Blastoise. So Rain Dance for Mix Leaf, and Sunny Day for Mix Bloom. And the only way you can use those Grassy Terrain, Sunny Day, Rain Dance is by using their max move. And the moment their max move ends, well, you can use their sing move for that field effect, but other than that, it's gone forever, and you cannot use your buddy move anymore. At least for this one, you can use Ground Wish, Ground Wish, Ground Wish. You have your sing move. You have multiple attempts in order to, bring that ground zone. So you have first passive skill, Large Body of Scenery, reduces your sing move countdown -1 when you use Ground Wish. And then it also raises your physical moves up next effect +2 stat ranks when you use Ground Wish. That means 80% stronger damage for your next attack. You have Unparalleled Power, powers up your Earthquake. And it also lowers the opponent's attack stat -1 when you use Earthquake. Earthquake is your AoE attack. This guy also has a buddy move, Ground Splitting, Headlong Rush, but then Ground Splitting Headlong Rush, you can only use this twice, and you can only hit one opponent with this. Meanwhile, Earthquake has the benefits, has the multipliers, has everything, has the debuffing capabilities. So you'd probably want to use Earthquake more often than Ground Splitting Headlong Rush. But then Ground Splitting Headlong Rush can use when there's ground zone, and then it will never miss. And then it will also lower the opponent's defense -4 and give you a super effective up next effect. So that's defense debuff might be very helpful. And then if you want, probably you can use ground splitting headlong rush, then use earthquake, or probably use ground splitting headlong rush, then another ground splitting headlong rush. But take note that you can only use this 2 times. And last but not the least, you have your trainer move, Help Me Out. Move gauge acceleration and raises an ally's attack +4 and maxes out their critical hit rate. You probably want to use this on yourself so that you get to, power up your attacks on the opponent. So as a 6-star EX sync pair, as a field sync pair, you get to bring in ground zone, extended ground zone, and as a sprint EX roll sync pair, you get to lower your sync move countdown -3 after using your sync move for the very first time. That is his 1 out of 5 kit. Now let's take a look at his sync grid. So this sync pair does not have an exclusive lucky cookie, sadly. But if you decide to scout on his banner, take note that most of the past sync pairs are gonna be available in his mix scout banner. So if you're looking for any of the past several sync pairs, you can probably obtain them randomly with a higher chance of obtaining them than probably your daily scout. I do not know, but yeah, no master fairs in mixed scout banners, by the way. 1 out of 5, you got Lithe. 2 out of 5, you got Earthquake, Move Gauge, Refresh 3. Gobsmack 4 for 50% chance confusion. Ground Zone, HP Recovery 1 for recovery. Ground Zone, Move Gauge, Acceleration 2. Ground Splitting Headlong Rush, Move Gauge, Refresh 3. Help Me Out, MP Refresh 2, probably to max out your attack stat. Quick Cure, and Sync Regen. Typical for 2 out of 5, not really much seen over here. 3 out of 5 is where things get interesting. Earthquake, Sharpened Body 5. Now, I've seen Sharpened Body, this specific multiplier, very, very rarely in the game. We've seen this. I forgot where. If anyone knows, let me know. Probably in a legendary arena. Does any sync pair we have Sharpened Body? I'm pretty sure we have, but I'm not aware who. But as long as your attack stat is raised, whether it's +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will power up your Earthquake. Fierce Entry 2, so that you get to raise your attack stat by 2 at the start of the battle, and just use 1 Help Me Out, because that Help Me Out can only raise your attack stat +4. Ground Zone Extension will be very helpful. That also piles up with the extension of Ground Zone with your field 6-star EX effect. Ground Zone sync moves up 9 will power up your sync move when there's Ground Zone by 90%. And take note that Ground Zone can already power up your Earthquake, can already power up your sync move, can already power up your buddy move. So this is extra power up. Head Start 1 at the start of the battle, lower your sync move countdown -1. Satisfied Snicker to lower the opponent's special attack stat -1. Remember, Earthquake can lower the opponent's attack stat. If you have Satisfied Snicker, it can also lower the opponent's special attack stat, making him quite the debuffer, offensive debuffer. Just like Mix Red. And then, Soften Up 1, critical hits land more easily when you use your sync move. Vigilance protects you from critical hits. And that is it. 2 sync move tiles for him. So, not exactly too much multipliers or stuff like this. You have Earthquake. Earthquake is probably going to be your most used move for this sync pair. Because you have a couple of multipliers for Earthquake. Earthquake Sharpened Body 5. You have your unparalleled power, and you have your Ground Zone to power your Earthquake. You have your physical moves up next effect when you use Ground Wish, and then you have your super effective up next effect after using your buddy move. So quite a couple of multipliers here and there. But then the sad thing about this sync pair is that because this is not a striker or strike EX roll, you can only hit one opponent using your sync move. Meanwhile, Mixed Red is a really, really strong sync nuker. Well, this one is more of focus on physical attack. Just use Earthquake, 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 Ground Splitting Headlong Rush. But if you're looking for a ground zone unit, then here you go, guys. This is that sync pair. And if you're looking for a sync pair with that combination of sprint and field, well, this is that sync pair again. But remember again that this sync pair can only be obtained with paid gems. And if you're willing to go for that, well, by all means, scout for this sync pair. This sync pair is gonna stay around for a very long time, January 1 to April 30. So you can change your mind at any point in time. I will be trying to get him hopefully 3 out of 5 on day 1. You're limited to sync pair scout times 9 only every single day. Sync pair scout times 1, sync pair scout times 3, sync pair scout times 5. So I'm gonna try and get 291 scout points in my mixed scout banner right now, so that by when he comes out, I'll be at scout points and hopefully get more copies in the process of going to scout points. But that aside, guys, I rate this sync pair. I do not know. I honestly do not know how to rate this sync pair. Probably, this sync pair looks quite strong. And again, you don't have to worry about your move gauge requirement. A lot of ground type sync pairs struggle with move gauge. They use a lot of move gauge. Most of the ground type attacks are AoE, but then move gauge problems. And by having Lucas and Torterra in your team, again, you do not have to worry about your move gauge. Probably get a random support, get Lucas and Torterra, and probably add one more sync pair, probably Arc Cynthia or even the regular Cynthia and stuff like that, and you have a very, very strong team to dish out damage with the opponent. Again, you get to debuff the opponent's attack and special attack stats if you have the 3 out of 5 tiles. But yeah, I guess I'll rate him an 8.58, 8.5. Mixed scouts typically are rank higher. They are quite good. This one, I'll have to see, but he looks pretty good. I'm just sad that he cannot AoE sync nuke the opponent. But yeah, that aside, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button for me, as well as subscribe if you haven't. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you want to help me out and give me a birthday gift for January, coffee.com/splgum, or join the members down below by clicking on the join button. I will appreciate every single one of your support. But a share will do, a comment will do. And until then, that is the end of this video. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you have a nice time. See you in the next one. Rawr.